Okay. Okay.
My name is Kirsten Moody, and I'm doing my speech for my Fundamentals of Speech class. Okay. So if you live in America and you come from a Christian family, you celebrate a holiday where a fat man in a red suit brings you gifts on December 25th, and you call it Christmas. I personally come from one of those Christian families, and I've celebrated this every year since I was born. And so I've started to notice that my friends celebrate the holidays different than I do. My friend Carly is Jewish, and she celebrates Hanukkah. My friend Kayla is African American, and she celebrates Kwanzaa. I've started to notice that we share qualities, even though that our cultures are very different. And I've started to notice that everything has a history. Everything starts from something. And so I did some research, and Christmas is actually from a pagan holiday called Saturnalia. It's to celebrate the planet Saturn and their harvest festival. Christians also decided that Jesus' birthday was December 25th, and so that fell around that same time period, and they started a holiday named Christmas to actually celebrate that with them, and having that same pagan holiday around helped it stay relevant through this century. So Santa was actually a bishop named St. Nicholas. He was a patron to the children and went through the hospices and gave presents to kids. And eventually, the Americans reinvented it as a way to appreciate their children. Hanukkah was started because a Syrian ruler destroyed and desecrated the Second Temple, and Judah actually pushed the troops out of the temple and cleansed it and lit a candle that was only supposed to last for 24 hours, but actually lasted for 8 days. And so those 8 days were eventually called the Festival of Lights, and it was supposed to celebrate Judah and the temple and Judaism as a whole. Kwanzaa was created by a doctor to keep the African American community together and to keep African culture alive in today's society. It's to celebrate togetherness and values. So holidays are supposed to bring people together. So what better way to bring people together than to throw a big party? So Christmas is celebrated by leaving cookies out for Santa, or exchanging gifts with your family, or having a giant dinner on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Hanukkah is celebrated by having a shamash, which is another candle that lights each candle on every night on the menorah, and a gift is exchanged for each child. They fry their foods in oil, and they play with dreidels. Kwanzaa is celebrated by songs and dance and poetry, and they gather around every night and light the menorah and talk about their 7 principles. And they have a feast on December 31st. So there's a meaning behind every gift exchanged and every candle lit. So Christmas is to bring together the family and not spoil the children. And Hanukkah, the menorahs, to remind you of the desecration of the Second Temple. And the oil is to represent the candle that was supposed to be lit. And Kwanzaa is to keep the African culture alive, along with reminding them of their purposes. So their purposes are unity, self-determination, purpose, creativity, faith, cooperative economics, responsibility, and collective work. So you look around today and you can see how these relate to each other and how it affects you. And I want you guys to think about that and think about how our cultures bring each other together. Okay, thank you so much for listening to me today. Have a great day.